Welcome to Season 1, Episode 6 of Marketing Ninja Unleashed. Today's episode is all about how you can have fun with AI in marketing and use AI to improve your customer journey. Plus, I discuss how you can use emotion to sell your products and services. Hey everyone, welcome back to Marketing Ninja Unleashed. I'm Rena, founder of You and Your Story, and I'm here to cut through the fluff and get straight to the stuff that actually works. If this is your first time tuning in, welcome. This podcast is all about real marketing talk. No jargon, no hype, just strategies and stories that will help you grow your business and connect with your audience. And if you've been with me since episode 1, thank you. You already know how we roll. So today's episode is all about how you can have fun with AI in marketing, using it to improve your customer journey in real time. And one of my favorite topics, how to use emotion to sell. And I've got a special guest joining me at the end of this episode, so make sure you stick around for that too. Let's dive in. AI in marketing. You can definitely have some fun with it. Let's be honest. When someone mentions AI in marketing, your brain instantly jumps to robots taking over or generic automated content that feels a little robotic. But it doesn't have to be that way. AI can be fun, it can be creative and incredibly useful, especially when you use it in the right way. Most importantly, it doesn't have to be scary or very technical. I'm going to share 3 fun but effective ways that you can use AI in your marketing right now. Number 1, chatbots with a personality. We've all seen those incredibly awkward robotic chatbots that make you want to scream, "Just let me speak to a person." But done right, they can genuinely improve the customer experience. The trick? Give your chatbot a personality, your personality. Add a little bit of humor. Use your brand tone. Whether that's cheeky, professional, or quirky, make sure it feels like your brand. Let me give you an example. A florist that I've seen online has a chatbot named Petal. They give customers flower care tips while helping them to book deliveries and find products online. Super simple and really effective. Number 2, real-time product suggestions. If you have an e-commerce site, AI-powered product recommendations can work wonders. But here's the twist. Make it feel like a personal shopper, not an upsell. Use browsing behavior to guide people through a journey. Instead of saying, "You might like this," say something along the lines of, "Are you looking for a gift that says I love you, but I'm still mad about the dishes? This might be the one." Marketing doesn't have to be boring. A little bit of humor goes a very long way. Number 3, content creation. But make it interesting. I know the idea of using AI to write content can feel like cheating, but hear me out. You can use AI tools to draft blog ideas, generate first draft captions, or even brainstorm hooks and subject lines for emails. Then the key is to personalize it. Add your voice, edit it, make it yours. You can treat AI as though it's an apprentice. It's quick, it's helpful, but it definitely still needs supervision. I'll add some links to some AI tools that you could be using in the description right here. Let's move on to some practical advice on how AI can actually improve your customer journey. I had a brilliant example a couple of weeks ago. It was a restaurant that was using CCTV to record and monitor wait times and also customer reactions to try and improve the service they were providing to their customers instantly. That's insanity, right? But imagine the quality of that data. Something that was always a qualitative measure can now be quantified. That opens up a whole new level of personalization that could really elevate your business. Now, if you're working in e-commerce, get a notepad. I'm about to share some tips on how you can use AI. So when somebody interacts with your business, from the very first click online to the final checkout, they're on a journey. Your goal is to make that journey as smooth, relevant, and enjoyable as possible. So here's how you can make that journey a little bit better. Behavior-based emails. If someone adds something to their basket and leaves, that's not the end. AI can help you set up an email flow that gently nudges them back again. But don't just say you forgot something. Make it really personal. For example, "It looks like your cart's missing a little love. Ready to complete your order?" It's cheeky, it's playful, and it reminds them without being too pushy. Predictive analytics. AI can analyze customer behavior and actually predict what somebody might want next. Yes, it sounds very sci-fi, but it does actually work. You can use this to recommend blog posts, offer upsells, or even give them FAQs before somebody has to ask the question. What you end up with is a much smoother experience and a customer that feels like you actually get them. Use smarter forms. Nobody likes filling in long forms, but AI can help shorten this process by autofilling or predicting what somebody needs to say based on what they're actually typing. So if someone starts typing an answer, the form can automatically adjust to show only the relevant fields that they actually need to fill in. Little touches like this make a huge difference in user experience. Let's talk emotion, because logic doesn't always sell. It's something that never goes out of fashion in marketing and is so useful when it's done well. You can have the best product, the smartest offer, the most detailed brochure, but if your audience doesn't feel something, they won't do anything. Remember, people buy with emotion and justify with logic. That means your messaging should start with how it makes them feel, whether that's relief, joy, confidence, excitement, then back it up with the facts. There's a few ways that you can actually do this. Case studies are one of those, they're great, but stories are so much better. You don't need to say, we helped increase revenue by 34%. You should be saying, here's Alicia. She was a business owner. She was stressed, overwhelmed, and ready to quit. Then explain how your service gave her clarity, confidence, and a roadmap to growth. Let people see themselves in your stories. When you're talking to your customers, use words that evoke feelings. So instead of saying save time and money, say spend less time stressing and more time doing what you love. It's the same idea, but a different emotion. One sounds like a spreadsheet, the other sounds like a much better life. I know which one I would choose. When it comes to visuals, make sure your visuals match the emotional tone that you're aiming for. If your brand is about warmth and care, don't use cold, clinical stock images. Be intentional. Use visuals that actually make people feel something. Actual photos and videos are a great way to do this. And that brings me very nicely onto my special guest. So, like I mentioned at the beginning of my podcast, I've got a special guest. And today I'm talking to Jay Nandha from Jay Nandha Photography. And the reason I'm speaking to Jay is because when I first did my very first videos for social media, I was petrified. I didn't know where to start, but I knew I needed to do them. And actually, I had a conversation with Jay and he made the whole process so much easier. So I'm going to hand over to Jay to explain why you really need to prepare when you start doing videos. It's great if you could just do it and get on with it, but a lot of people like me are petrified, and the advice that Jay gave me helped me massively. So over to you, Jay. What would you say to somebody who's as scared as I am when they want to do videos?
Hi, Rita. First of all, thanks for having me on your podcast.
No worries.
Yeah, it is. Let's be honest. Nobody likes to be in front of the camera, including myself.
This is
right?
True.
I'm not.
I don't like
I'm not exempt from there. I don't like to be in front of the camera. But when you're being in front of the camera, you're not being in front of the camera for yourself. You're doing this for your business. So if you keep that in the mind and go in front of the camera with that mindset that whatever I'm doing right now is going to help me, not me personally, but it's going to help me massively on my business growth. That one thing might help you to get over that fear. When you did your first video, of course, you mentioned you've never been in front of a camera, this, that, the other. I think the preparations before we do any shoots is very, very important. It doesn't matter if you've been shooting even for being in front of a camera. Let's say you've been doing for a year, still the preparation is important. But when you are doing this first time, these are my simple tips I give it to all my clients. Tips like make sure you have a script ready. Because sometimes you're talking in front of the camera, you go completely blank. If you have a script, it just helps you massively. Not to just get everything in that script, also will make sure that you cover everything in the shortest time as possible. Now, these days, the reels, the shorts going viral. Nobody wants to sit there and watch 10 minutes, 20 minutes videos, not even 5 minutes. So if you can put all that in a 60-second, 40-second, that's what flows well. So how do you do that? If you have a script, you can make sure you cover that main topics, all the tips within that 60-second. So script the way to do it. In the studio, we offer our clients, when we're shooting, we offer our clients a teleprompter. So if the client gives us a script, we can put that on the teleprompter, so client don't need to remember that. But when you have a script, it also looks sometimes very unnatural. It looks like you're reading from a script, you're reading from paper.
Yeah.
To get over that, we recommend our client to practice that script. And there is a way to practice that as well. One of the best way, which I've used it for myself, and also I highly recommend to all our clients, is to practice your speech in front of a mirror. Now that might sound like a monkey practice or mad as well, because you're just talking to yourself in the front of a mirror. But what it helps you, it helps you to create that natural expressions. Also, I highly recommend to use your hand gesture when you're talking, even if you're not using in a normal life. When you're doing the video, you should be using more and more of your hand gesture. It means that it looks more natural in front of the camera. Also, if you do that practice at least 10 to 20 times, I know it sounds a lot, but let's be honest, you only got 60 seconds of talking. Doing 10 times, 20 times, it means you need 20 minutes of time, maximum. What it does is a lot of words you now will remember without looking at the script. It means when you're talking in front of the camera, you're not looking straight to the camera all the time. You can look away from the camera if you need to now and then. It makes your video look a lot more natural. But yeah, these are the basic tips I'll give it to all my clients. If they follow that, I can guarantee them that your video will look natural and you don't need to remember your script. And once you do it this few times, like yourself, look at you're flying. I think you need to get over that fear. Once you've done that, you can post videos, I would say, every week.
Yeah, that makes sense. And it did definitely help me. I remember walking around the house pretty much talking to myself. I would stand in the mirror and my husband thought I was going mad, but actually it was all practice. And by the time I got here, I did really know my script. I remember starting off one of my scripts and I scared you because I thought I was talking to you rather than actually to the camera and practicing my script, which was fantastic. So it has become a lot easier over time. One of the things I would say, when you have got your script, you tend to want to say everything and write down everything. Read it out to somebody else as well, because they will help you get rid of any repetition, get rid of anything that you are struggling to say, because complicated words always make you stumble, and then you think about them and then it becomes even harder to say. So just reading the script out once out loud to somebody else will help you massively as well. So thank you very much. Thanks for your time, Jay.
No, thanks for having me again.
Thank you to Jay, and I'm very sorry for just turning up at your photo studio with a microphone. Next time I'll give my guests a little bit more notice. That's it for episode 6 of Marketing Ninja Unleashed. Today we covered how to have fun with marketing and AI and use it to enhance your customer journey, why emotion is still the most powerful tool you have in marketing, plus a big thank you to Jay Nandha for joining me today. If this episode sparked an idea or made you smile, share it with a friend or colleague. And if you've got a question or topic that you want me to cover in a future episode, just drop me a message. Next time, I'll be talking about a brand that's being brave when it comes to advertising and how you can be too. How you can make Google Ads work for you if you're a services business, plus how you can control a room, even if you're an introvert. Until then, remember, you and your story is here to make sure your story is the one the world won't forget. Thanks for listening, and I'll see you in episode 7.
This has been a Monkey Pants Productions podcast.